What is going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and today I am coming to you with Slashback Saturday, and I am doing the 2019 Wild Eye film, Triggered. Now, this week's theme is one-word slashers, so Triggered definitely falls into that category. This was actually a slasher movie that I am very impressed with. This is something I definitely think that any slasher fan would want to see. It stars Meredith Moeller as Callie, Jesse Dalton as Ian, and Amanda Weiss as Principal Gloria Felding. This film was directed by Chris Moore, and I gotta say, guys, this film has really impressed me. I really did enjoy it a lot. Two high school students, one is a social warrior junkie. Like, every cause for every person she has to jump on, even though she honestly doesn't believe in them, she's just full of it. She just has to be special in some way. They fake an attack by a serial killer. Well, the real serial killer takes offense at that and decides to go after them. And I'm not going to give away anything more really about the story, because this is a movie I definitely want people to go and check out. Now, this is a Wild Eye releasing film, and I want to thank Wild Eye for sending it to me. You guys sent me a real gem here. I really did enjoy this a lot. In today's political and social climate, I think this movie has a lot to say about, honestly, both sides of the subject. I really like that it shows today's political climate for what it is, which is, in my opinion, a lot of people just running off the mouth about things that they honestly don't really care about. They just want to have attention put on them. And that's how I really feel about it, honestly. Now, and it overshadows people that really do have issues. And I think that's kind of fucked up, you know. But that being said, I'm going to get into the pros and cons of this film. I'm going to start with cons. The first con that I have is that the knife that the killer uses looks kind of fake. It's just a little too wedge-shaped. It's too thick, and it looks a little too much like a prop. That is one prop con I have for this film. It's just something that I kept noticing throughout the movie, and it did take me out of it a little bit. I think that the male hooker scene was a little much. I didn't think we needed that. I thought it didn't really go anywhere. As well as the sex scene between the two guys. There's a couple of gay guys in this movie that one is full out, out of the closet gay, and one is, coming out, so to speak. And I think they put a little too much emphasis on that. I mean, if you're gay and you like that kind of stuff, that's great. I mean, it is what it is, I just think that it didn't really fit the story. It seemed like they were just kind of pushing it in there to show that, okay, well, most of these horror movies have boobs in them. Let's show some guy butt, That's just kind of how it felt. It didn't feel like it really served a purpose in the story. Towards the end, one of the action chase scenes where the killer is chasing around one of the victims, it looked like it wasn't very well edited. It looked like it was kind of chopped together, and it looked a little jumpy, like where they would be running and then all of a sudden they'd be here already. And it looked like they had cut it out and edited it together to where it just kind of, and it was kind of halted and jumpy, kind of, you know what I mean? And just the editing at that particular moment was not very good. The rest of the movie wasn't too bad, but that particular moment, I did not like the editing. That's honestly all the cons I have, guys. I'm going to get into pros. And my first pro I've already kind of mentioned is that I like that this movie shows victim culture for what it is. It also shows that the social justice warriors out there that really need to get lives have issues they need to confront about their own attention seeking, and I really did enjoy that aspect of this film. I'm not saying that there are not causes out there that need to be represented, because there are a lot of them, but honestly right now everybody thinks that they have a cause, and not every cause is a big deal. Some people just need to sit back and relax and chill the fuck out. And yeah, I know that's probably going to catch me some hate, but it's the truth. I like the acting in this film. Just about all of the actors did a really good job. I thought they were really decent. I really like Meredith Muller, our main actress. She's the one playing the social justice warrior who you can see is only out for attention. Once she gets it, she kind of turns into exactly what she speaks against. And I really, really enjoyed her. And I really enjoyed her acting. And not only that, she's described in this, she describes herself as the ugly one and all that. I honestly thought she was kind of more attractive than some of the other girls that were quote-unquote hotties, you know, in this movie. I thought she was really pretty, and, I think she did a really good job. And I think that, too, speaks to our society as to how we promote beauty and what we think is hot and not hot. I think that girl in the real world would be just as attractive to people as the quote-unquote hotties were. That's just my opinion, whatever. But the point is that Meredith Muller does a great job in portraying that. She does a great job in not only portraying that, the two-facedness, the double-edged sword, the double standard that the social justice warriors are. She also portrays a great teenager, somebody who is really trying to find themselves in the world, and not just find themselves, but find out where everybody else stands around them. And that's something we all go through as teenagers, and it doesn't matter what your orientation is or any of that. That's just normal teenage shit. I mean, hell, there are some of us that are still trying to figure that out, I see people all the time that are in their 30s and 40s, and they still have no clue who they are. I really liked the storyline. I thought it was well done, it was well conceived, and I think it was very original. It's very different in this day and age of cookie-cutter slashers that we get a story that is completely out of left field and completely different. There's twists that you don't see coming. There is twists that you do see coming. But there's also... This wasn't just your ripoff of an 80s slasher movie. They came up with a socially relevant topic, and they did it in such a way that it was entertaining and it was fun. This movie does run almost 2 hours, and I do think that it could have been shortened down quite a bit with some of those scenes that weren't really needed to make it a little more streamlined. But overall, I think it was done extremely well. It does remind me very much of an 80s slasher set in modern times. And I really enjoyed it, man. I had a blast with it. There are some great and amazing kills. There are some that are kind of generic slasher kills. A lot of them are. And I think a lot of that was due to budget constraints. There's a lot of blood in this movie, but there isn't a lot of, gore where the blade is going in kind of gore. And I think that was because of budget constraints, honestly. And it doesn't really hold this movie back. In fact, it kind of gives it a style of its own. And I just think that they did it in such a way to where you never lost interest. And when they did pull out a really cool and innovative kill, it really did stand out. Like my favorite kill, I'm just going to call it chopsticks. There's a kill in this where the killer takes 2 of those big, thick hair chopsticks and shoves them into a girl's ears and into her brain. And I thought that was really cool. So overall, guys, yes, definitely go and check out this Wild Eye releasing film called Triggered, which I am reviewing for Slashback Saturday. And go and check out all the other people doing Slashback Saturday, especially Joe, the Horror Man, who created the segment. If I seem a little bit off today, it's because I'm not feeling too well still. We just got done with the Super Slash Brothers stream, and I'm kind of tired, and I'm kind of loopy, and, it is what it is. Anyways, guys, this is Bronco Juggalo saying peace.
Talking about mob shit. Couple $100 grand, nah, it ain't much. One phone call, you can get touched. Then he gave Tommy a to-do list. Good fellas always got a full clip. down low.